What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sephiron Surgeon, and you already know what time it is. Yeah, I still got some. Tipsy talk. All right, people. Another two-night Tipsy talks. Ping, 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 ping. Oh gosh. So this one I want to talk about hiring people. Shout out to my man Triple D. He just got him a Gravely grandstand. I need to show you all my hat wall. I upgraded it. I don't want to mess up my camera. I got my camera all set up, so I'm not gonna move it now. But I hung up some more hats. I want to maybe make a video going over where I got all my hats. Got many hats. I think my wife hates it. But yeah. Today, like I said, shout out to my Toro D. He just bought him a Gravely grandstand, and not a Gravely grandstand, Pro stance. Wow. The grandstand is the Toro. Gravely Pro stance. And he also, I saw a video where he hired a guy. I haven't watched that video yet, but it's in my queue to watch. And I want to talk about hiring people. A lot of people have been asking me where's BJ at, and you know, is BJ still working for me? And he hasn't been working for me for the last couple years. And I'm going to kind of tell the story about how he started working for me, and then why he stopped working for me, and why I haven't really hired anybody else. Because that's the big question I've gotten ever since I started my quit my job and started my lawn care business full time. First thing people ask me is, how you hired anybody? How you hired anybody? Are you going to hire anybody? And I tell them, I said, like, I want to force myself to hire people. You know what I mean? And I mean, I want to have at least have enough work to hire people. I don't want to just hire somebody on call where it's like, hey guy, can you come help me on Wednesday? Or hey guy, can you come help me on Saturday or whatever? Because you got to think about it from that person's perspective. He's trying to make money. He's trying to make a living. So even if it's only Thursday and Friday, at least he knows that's a consistent Thursday and Friday that he's going to make some money. And so he can depend on that. And then if he has another job, he can work that around that or whatever. So that's why I haven't hired anybody there. But let's rewind back to when BJ started working for me. If y'all not familiar with BJ, he was my cousin. And he had previously worked for a big lawn care company, a big lawn care company around here in the area. So he was already familiar with how to mow and equipment and stuff. It was a blessing, bro. Like, I can't tell y'all, bro. Me and BJ would destroy yards, bro. We would just pull up. I'm the type of person, I always make a plan. I pull up, BJ, we got 2-3 yards right here. All right, what I'm gonna do, like, let me tell you, this is kind of off topic, but let me tell you this. If y'all, I don't know if y'all familiar with my 3-peat yards. These yards is 3 together, pretty big properties. And we would pull up, and I would like tell BJ, all right, I want you to do the trimming. So he would go through, he would start doing all the trimming for the yards, right? I would get on my Gravely and I would do all the front yards, right? I would do all the front yards, and I'm gonna tell you why I did all the front yards first, right? It's 3 yards in a row, right? I did all the front yards first, right? And then I will start doing the backyards, and I will start doing the backyards at a diagonal cut, right? So by the time I finished doing all the front yards and started doing all the backyards all in a row with no fences and whatnot at a diagonal, BJ would go get the Mustang and he would start cutting it at a vertical, coming right after me. So we're basically, by this point I'm probably halfway across these 3 yards, and he's coming vertical, cutting up these yards, right? So I will finish my diagonal cut of all these backyards. He will keep that vertical cut and cut it clean, because my blaze is always sharp. Cut it so clean. So and since I finished first, now because I cut all the front yards, BJ did all the trimming, I go get my blower and start blowing. So by the time I finish blowing all the front yards, BJ finished double cutting the backyard, because these particular yards, they grow real high in the back, so it needs to be double cut. But it was just like magic, bro. And like I say, because we was just like a team, you know, we would just cut like that. But anywho, I think in 2016 BJ started coming out with me. In 2015 he was like coming out every once in a while. 2016 he was coming out regular, because like I said, I was part-time, I was cutting on the weekend, and he was coming out regular with me every weekend or every other weekend, I can't remember. But so he went all 2016, it was like that. 2017 he was like telling me he got a friend, Clay, and he was, you know, looking to work. And so I said, all right, you know, bring him out. I met him, and so he started coming out. And so the beauty with bringing out Clay was that I can send him and BJ out, because in 2016 I used to send BJ out, and like if we went on vacation for like a weekend, we wanted to go out for the weekend, I would say, hey, BJ, I need you to cut these yards. I didn't have that many yards. I had like 15 yards at the time, 2016. And so he would go out and cut them. 2017 I had about 20 yards, and I would send them out to go to about 10 yards, and they'll go cut 10 yards for me or whatever. And I'll go on vacation for the weekend. And it even got to the point where I might just be tired, and I'll work all week in my full-time job, and on a Saturday they'll come to the house, I'll send them out, and I'll just be sitting at home chilling, you know, chilling. And if they had any problems, I'll come meet them or whatever. You know, so yeah. So after 2017, both of them coincidentally started school. BJ was always in school, but then he started going to school full time. Clay got accepted into a school. He started going to that full time. So they didn't have as much time to mow. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and take it on. So 2018, I was out there. I had about 25 yards, and I'm doing this part-time. And so that's when it got rough. That's kind of what escalated me to make the decision to go full-time in 2019, because I had built my business up to the point where I had 25 yards, I'm working a full-time job, and I'm doing this part-time by myself. And so that's what kind of escalated me to go full-time. And I know you're asking me, well, why didn't you hire somebody else? If BJ and Clay didn't have time, they were going to school. So let me explain that. Over that time, I was listening to podcasts, right? And in these podcasts, I heard an interview by Damon John. If you're not familiar with Damon John, he's the creator of FUBU, and he's on Shark Tank. and he had some other, a whole lot of other businesses. He was displaying one of his first businesses when he was 17 years old. He was from New York, and in New York they had a subway, right? But some of the train stations stop, and there might be like blocks of space, or you know, a couple of blocks to the next train station, and people need to get from that train station to the next so they can catch the train to get home. So that what they have is dollar cabs or dollar vans, and people will pay $1, and that van will just take them from one A to B, take them to that stop to the next stop. So he 17, he bought him a van, and he had a dollar van. So he would take people from point A to point B. He was saying he was making money, and you know, this was years ago, but he was saying he was making like $300 a day or whatever it was. And he was making good money. But the thing of the matter was, he wasn't, if he was sick and he wasn't there, he wasn't making money. You get what I'm saying? Like, say he wanted to take a day off, he not making money that day. Or he couldn't be there, he was sick, he wasn't making money that day. So he started thinking, like, I need to make money while I am not there. How can I make money while I'm not there? So, you know, his story continued on. He said he turned his van from a dollar van, he ripped out all the seats, and he started selling t-shirts, and that escalated him to having a $1 million clothing company, FUBU. I say all that to say, I couldn't see it when I was doing it, but I was actually hurting myself more than I was helping myself when I was sending BJ and Clay out and I was staying at home. Let me explain why. So, let me explain to you how I pay people and why I pay people this way. And this is if I hire people in the future. I pay people, like, depending on I guess their skill level or what they're doing, anywhere between $8, $10, $12 per yard. And I know you're like, per yard, most people pay per hour, right? And the reason I don't pay per hour is this, right? Say I have 5 yards I need y'all to do. I'm gonna send the crew out. These 5 yards should take y'all 5 hours, right? Now, this crew can go out and only get 3 yards done, but they was out for 5 hours. How much? Now I gotta pay them 5 hours. You get what I'm saying? And I still have 2 yards that need to be done. So, I got to thinking, I'm like, well, what if I pay him by the yard? Now, if I got 5 yards that need to be done, and y'all gonna get paid $8 per yard, the faster y'all get these yards done, y'all still get paid the same amount, and y'all get to go home early. They gonna be out there, hey man, I want an early day today, let's get these yards done so we can go home. And so I know y'all say, well, on the back end, the bad thing about that is quality. Now they're gonna be rushing through these yards because they're getting paid by the yard, so they can go home early and still get their money. And so I made a clause with BJ and Clay, is that if you forget to do something, or if you don't trim here or cut this part of the yard and I have to go back, I deduct $5 from both of y'all per yard, per visit, if I gotta go back. And so that's what I would do. That helps kind of balance that. We want to get this done fast, but we still don't want to mess up. You get what I'm saying? Anywho, when I used to send BJ and Clay out, like I said, because I was paying them by the yard, and it was 2 people, you could imagine how much I was paying them to go out and cut for me that Saturday. Was I making a profit? Yeah, I was still making a profit, a nice little profit for sitting at home. And that's what I was kind of telling myself. I was telling myself, hey, you know, I'm sitting at home today, chilling, and I'm making money. You know what I mean? That's the business owner dream, right? But the thing was, I was almost paying out more money than I was paying out more money than I was making. Even though I was making money for not doing nothing, but I was paying out more money than I was making. And so it got me thinking, what Damon John said is that he wanted to make money. How could he make money while he wasn't there? And so what it got me thinking was that I need to hire people, not so that I can sit at home and do nothing. I need to hire people so that it frees up my time for me to do more. You get what I'm saying? For instance, if I was sending BJ and Clay out on a Saturday to cut 10 yards, I should have been out somewhere else doing something else, making money. So at the same time, while I is making a little bit money with BJ and Clay and paying them out a lot of money, I could have been making the money that I'm paying them back somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? And so that's, you know, that's kind of part of the reason I've been hesitant about hiring somebody. I guess in my mind now, I would rather run myself into the ground than just pay somebody to make my life easier. Which is kind of dumb. But yeah, I would rather run myself into the ground than just pay somebody so I can get home earlier. Like what's the point of that? You know what I mean? Like, I can get out here and cut these yards myself. But so it got me thinking about my crew. And so this is the idea I've been having this year. I've been thinking of a small job crew. My dad actually been talking to me about, you know, working for me. You know, because you see my dad kind of work with me some here and there. And what this small job crew will be is basically miscellaneous stuff other than mowing, right? I am not ready to give up mowing yet. You know, BJ was freaking awesome. He worked for a lawn care company before, so me sending BJ out was different because I know he was gonna give me quality similar to the quality I am. But if I'm hiring somebody off the street that don't have no concept or no experience with commercial lawn care, I'm gonna send them out and I'm gonna get some complaints. You get what I'm saying? So my idea, right? All right, let me get back to my idea, right? Get a second vehicle, preferably a pickup truck, right? And send people out to do miscellaneous stuff, i.e. gravel rock bed. Y'all saw me do that gravel rock bed the other month. Mulch, you know, put mulch in the back of the truck, whether it's a bulk load of mulch or bags, send them out to do that. Train them on hedging bushes. Hedging bushes takes some skill, but I think I could train them to hedge bushes. Alright, so now I got those three things I could get them to do, which frees me up to go mow. You get what I'm saying? And now I have a crew of 2 people in a pickup truck, a hoopty or something that I get. Excuse me. And now these guys can go out and mow. Not mow. I don't know what I'm talking about. These guys can go out and go. And go and do my little miscellaneous stuff. Hey, I need y'all to go spread this mulch. I need y'all to go spread these gravel. I need y'all to go hedge these bushes. You know, need y'all to go do this cleanup. You know what I mean? I get them to go do this stuff that frees me up to do other things. And so I say all this to say is that when you are hiring somebody, don't just hire somebody so you can sit at home and relax. If you are really dedicated to your business and you want to grow your business, hire somebody so they free you up so you can get out here and make more money. Now you're going to be across town making money over here and here. That's a business. Think about McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's then open up multiple locations so they can sit at home. They all open up multiple locations so they can be making money over here and over here. Now they're making money everywhere. So I say all that to say is, I'm not telling y'all not to hire people, but if you're hiring somebody, have a plan on why you're hiring them. I didn't. Now, was me having BJ beneficial and Clay? 100%. At the time, I was part-time and I was in a crunch for time, and they were able to go out for me. They would even go out for me during the week. Like those days where it would rain on the weekend, you know, the days where it would rain on the weekend and I wasn't able to get out there, but then on Monday and Tuesday when I had to go back to work, it was bright and sunny. I'd be like, hey BJ, you got time to cut 5 yards for me? He'd be like, yeah. He'd come out for me, he'd cut 5 yards for me. While I'm at work making money, he would be out for me making money. So I guess that's a good example. At those times, I was at work making money and he was out making money for me, and I was paying him well. So anywho, hope I communicated that well. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. Yes, sir.